Hi everybody, welcome back to another week of our summer story time. Our first book today is called Dragon Was Terrible. Let's get started. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers. He played tricks on the guards. And he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon. That's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books. He threw sand. And he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said. And he posted the sign. Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. His Royal Majesty, the King. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed, miserably, and Dragon just grew more terrible. He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the moat. He teepeed the castle, and he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. Oh man. The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said. And they posted this sign. Brave people, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. It shall be a nice gift, we hope. Ye shall like it, perhaps. His Royal Majesty, the King. Ordinary lokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed. Embarrassingly slow, so. And just when he thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. And he burped in church. Loudly. Honestly, that was terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough, like he thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess, he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. Dragon pretended not to listen. The brave dragon roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. A crowd gathered, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued to read, page after page after page, until... Snap! Crash! Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when he thought it wasn't possible, Dragon smiled, and he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The king cheered. The villagers cheered. The baby unicorn and fuzzling ducklings cheered the loudest of all. At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Or is it? Hey, wait! What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend. A nice dragon, of course. Our next book is The Princess and the Packet of Frozen Peas. Once upon a time, there was a prince named Henrik who wanted very much to fall in love and get married. He was an outdoorsy type, and he hoped that the princess he married would like hockey and camping. Does that sound like things princesses normally like? There were many girls who wanted to marry a prince. Every time Henrik left the palace, groups of screaming girls would yell, "Oh my goodness, it's him!" and throw flowers in his general direction. Henrik decided to ask his brother for advice. The most important thing is to make sure she is a real princess, Prince Hans said. A real princess is very beautiful and very sensitive. When I met my wife, Prince Eva, I made a stack of 20 mattresses and 20 eiderdown quilts. Then I put a single pea under the bottom mattress. If a girl complains about feeling the pea through the mattresses and eiderdown quilts, she must be a real princess. Did Prince Eva complain? Prince Henrik asked. You bet she complained a lot, said Prince Hans. Prince Henrik decided to watch Prince Eva to see what a real princess was like. He found her at the tennis court where she was being sensitive about the tennis balls. These tennis balls are too bouncy! He followed her to the driveway and saw her being sensitive about her new sports car. This isn't the car I wanted. I wanted one with drink holders and yellow. Prince Henrik wondered whether perhaps Prince Eva was a little too sensitive. Prince Henrik decided he didn't want to marry a real princess, like Prince Eva. He wanted to marry the exact opposite. She didn't have to be beautiful or sensitive. She just had to like hockey and camping and have a nice smile. And so Prince Henrik came up with a plan. Whenever a girl came to stay, he offered to make up the guest room. Instead of 20 mattresses, Henrik found one thin camping mattress. Instead of 20 eiderdown quilts, Henrik found one old sleeping bag. Instead of a single pea, the prince decided to use a whole packet of frozen peas. Many young girls visited, but none passed the test. You won't believe this. I found peas in my bed. I couldn't sleep at all. There was a massive lump under the mattress. What's the deal with the packet of frozen peas, huh? Then one morning, Henrik's old friend Pippa came to stay. They had a great day riding horses, playing hockey, and spying on Prince Eva as she complained about everything in the palace. If she's a real princess, Henrik joked, I don't want to marry the opposite. Henrik and Pippa laughed. For the first time, Prince Henrik noticed what a lovely laugh his friend had. That night, he decided to test her with the packet of frozen peas. The following morning, Henrik sat in the corridor outside the guest room. He waited and waited and waited. Finally, Pippa emerged, yawning. How did you sleep? Asked Henrik. Fantastically well, thank you. Pippa handed him a packet of mushy peas. I found this under the mattress last night, she said. It was the perfect ice pack. I had a bit of a sore shin from playing hockey. The prince beamed. Pippa beamed back. She had a lovely gap between her two front teeth. Will you marry me? Asked Prince Henrik. But I'm not a real princess, Pippa answered. Even better, said Henrik. You'll be an unreal princess. Don't forget to check out this week's craft on Facebook. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.